Meet Emeka, the prodigal son from the Okafor's family. Emeka left his humble beginning, abandoned his family back home, and arrived Lagos to live a carefree life. This is his story. In the green heart of southwestern Nigeria lived the Okafor's family. Papa Emeka, a man of wisdom, spends his days tending to the farm. His younger son, Emeka, dreams of a life far beyond the village, while the eldest son, Chinedu, dutifully helps with the harvest. Mama Okafor, a housewife that holds the family together. One quiet evening, after a long day of work, Emeka stands under the shade of the family's mango tree. His mind wanders away beyond the shores of the village, imagining himself living a life of luxury, like the wealthy men he sees visiting the village and the ones he sees on social media who live in big cities and show off their fleet of cars and flaunt beautiful women. The more Emeka spent time watching and thinking about these show-offs, the more he yearned to be free from the grinds of farming, from the simple life that his father continuously insists is the only way.
Papa, I am tired of this life. I want to make my own way. I want to leave the shores of this village. I want to go to Lagos. I want to make my own way. I know there is more to life than this farm. I want my inheritance now,
Emeka said to his father. Papa Emeka, wise and composed, looked at his son and replied,
Emeka, the city is full of temptation. You think it is full of opportunity, but I tell you, there is danger in chasing dreams without wisdom or guidance. Here, in the village, with your family, and with my guidance, is where you will build something lasting and fulfilling.
Emeka remained adamant, his mind set on the city. He insisted to take his inheritance, and with a heavy heart, his father obliged. And so one night, Emeka left the village unannounced. Off he went to Lagos. When Emeka arrived Lagos, he was full of hope and excitement. The city was all he dreamed of. Bright lights, fast cars, and people who seemed to live without a care. He quickly becomes involved in a circle of ambitious young men who make him invest all of his inheritance in their businesses. But soon, Emeka learned a very hard lesson when all of his investments failed and the circle of friends disappeared. He lost all he had and became desperate to succeed. One evening, while walking through the bustling streets of Lagos, Emeka meets a man named Olu, a smooth-talking businessman with a reputation for making quick money. Olu introduces Emeka to the world of scamming, aka 419. He explains to Emeka how to run a successful internet scam, posing as a legitimate business while secretly deceiving others to make money. All it takes, Olu says, is a little patience and a lot of boldness.
Money doesn't always come from hard work, Emeka. It comes from knowing how to play the game. We don't need to work the farm like farmers. The city is full of easy money, and it is yours for the taking.
Tempted by the promise of quick wealth, Emeka throws all caution to the wind and participates in a series of scams, creating fake businesses, swindling people online, and laundering stolen money through counterfeit deals. Oh, you name it, Emeka did it all. At first, everything seemed to go so well. Oh, Emeka had everything he ever dreamed of. The cars, the parties, the women, and more beautiful women. He had it all. Back home, Emeka's father missed him so much. He sat day and night hoping for his son's return. And soon, he gave up. Emeka's mother prayed, hoped, kept awake, begging God for his son to return. But alas, Emeka remained in Lagos. Soon, the life Emeka built in Lagos began to crumble. And one day, after a huge deal goes wrong, Emeka was confronted by the police. They had traced his scams back to him. His once luxurious apartment was raided and all his assets were seized. Emeka finds himself alone, broke, with nowhere to go. After Emeka got arraigned by the police, he soon realized that his desires for easy success had cost him everything. The once bright lights of Lagos now seemed harsh and cold, mocking him for his mistakes. Ashamed and broken after his release, Emeka returned to the village. Standing there in the middle of the familiar dirt road of his father's farmland, a sense of regret washed over him. He longed for the simple life he once took for granted, where hard work, family, and respect provided true wealth. When Emeka finally arrives his father's home, he was tamed, he was calm, he was broken. Papa Emeka looked up and saw his son standing before him, tired but alive.
Oh, Emeka, my son, you have returned. Oh, I feared I had lost you.
Emeka replies with a broken voice.
I was so foolish, Papa. I thought I could do it alone. I thought the city would give me everything I wanted, but I was wrong, Papa. Forgive me.
Without hesitation, Papa Emeka embraces his son, showing him the love and kindness that only a father can. Oh, there was so much joy within the family. Papa Emeka then called for a feast to be prepared in honor for his son's return. Thank you for watching Bible Stories Made Simple. where we interpret ancient and sometimes complex Bible stories into easy to understand lessons relevant for today's world. Now, let's talk about the significance of the inheritance, which could mean a range of different things. Emeka says, I want my inheritance now. I need to leave the village. There is more for me out there. What that depicts is restlessness, the need to want to explore, the need to not take things one step at a time, the need to grow wings and fly, to test the other side and be free of accountability and be free to be whatever it is they wish to be, or generally not being satisfied with their present state or where they are at, the position they are in, that stagnant feeling of a child, of a teenager, of an adult, just wanting to leave that space of uprightness, that space of righteousness, of morality, of doing good, of building from scratch. No, the grass is always greener on the other side. Other seemingly better options. There is also the significance of losing the inheritance, which may connote wastefulness and mindlessness. But like Emeka, who returns and was accepted by his father and the community, we too can retrace our lost steps and find our way back to the fold, back to the starting line, back to being upright, back to righteousness, back to self-respect, and of course, back to God. All that and more are what the story of the prodigal son signifies. Do leave in the comments other insights that you wish to share. See you next week. Bye.